Hi guys, welcome to Insightpreneur 2022. I'm Taiwo Sotikare, the founder of Sell.ng and the convener of this webinar. So today we'll be having our first session for this year webinar, and yeah, you should be happy to join us live. And if you are here now, please do us the big favor of sharing this session with your friends, your family. Don't worry, it is 100% free. So our first speaker is Emmanuella, and she's already at the backstage now, and she will be talking on Instagram mainly. And hi, Manuela, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the session, and thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thanks for having me here.
All right, good. I actually assumed that most people would already have known, but supposedly you don't. Just give me the pleasure of less than 2 minutes to get the biography. It is interesting, don't worry. Emanuela is the founder of The Entrepreneur. She's a business coach and content strategist who works with coaches to build a sustainable, profitable six-figure businesses. With 8 years of experience in the industry and a passion for teaching and helping others, Emanuela has been able to empower over 10,000 entrepreneurs across 10 countries, including Uganda, the United Kingdom, United States of America, Ghana, South Africa, Germany, India, New Zealand, Canada, and also Nigeria. She has shown them how to stand out and be visible in a saturated market on social media to meet their business goals and attract clients consistently to their business using proven strategies and systems. To a range of business services, including one-on-one coaching, group coaching program, online courses, ebook, and workshop. She has grown an engaged Instagram audience filled with over 20,000 entrepreneurs. Manuela has been featured on Lagos TV, Smartpreneur NG, Business Elites, Africa magazine. I'm not actually achieved up to that, but wow. uh,
Oh, thank you for the acknowledgements. Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you. I think somebody's saying welcome, Manuela. I can't wait for
Thank
this session.
you. Thank you. Me too. I'm
All
very
right.
excited.
Yeah, and honestly, thank you for the invitation. It means a lot to me, the entire entrepreneur committee, and yeah, our audience. So,
It's a pleasure
guys,
having you here.
before I disappear from the screen, Manila, do you mind within the seconds just let the people know why they should listen to you? I
Why did
mean,
you
on your
listen to
presentation,
me?
yes, yeah, business transformation, positioning your business for global relevance on Instagram.
Okay, well, um, like Taiwo read my biography, I've been marketing my business and positioning my business to attract clients from all around the world for over 8 years now. And not only have I done this for myself, I've also done this for my clients. And my clients are entrepreneurs from different industries. I've worked with product based businesses, I've worked with realtors, I've worked with coaches, I've worked with consultants, I've worked with service based businesses, I've worked with a lot of people in different industries. So I have a vast knowledge on how you can position your business and your brand for global relevance on Instagram and really any social media platform.
Wow, that's awesome. So, guys, I wouldn't know why you wouldn't listen to this person. Don't take the chance that it's free. And I mean, catch you up. I also need to get my paper and start getting some things. You have the stage, Manila.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here with you. I'm just going to take a minute to share my screen. Uh, just 1 minute. Okay. All right. So I hope you can see me, or if you can't see me, I hope you can hear my voice. And today I'm essentially going to be talking about how you can position your business for global relevance on Instagram. But I would also like to know where you're listening to me from. I'd like to know where you're watching me from. I'd like to know what your name is. I'd like to know if you've already started a business or if you're thinking about starting a business. If you've already started a business, what does your business do? Who do you serve? What kind of value do you provide to your clients? I'd really like to connect with you. So when I'm giving examples, I would love to use your industry too. So you can quickly type that in the comment section so I know your name, where you're watching me from, if you started a business or not, what your business is about. And if you're thinking about starting a business, what kind of business are you thinking about starting? So just let me know in the chat box in the comments while I proceed. So, to make the most out of this webinar, I would really recommend that you get in a quiet environment that is free from distractions so you can get the most out of it and hear everything. I recommend you have a pen and notepad because you may have some aha moments, those light bulb moments when something just ticks and you learn something interesting that you just can't wait to implement. And when these moments come, don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments to let other people know that aha moment you just had. And if you have any questions, please write them down. You can write them down in the comment section and I'll revisit them during questions and answers. So why are we here? I mean, you know why we're here, but I'm essentially going to be talking about three main things today, three misconceptions or three myths that have kept a lot of people small and not allowed them to take advantage of global opportunities and to position themselves for global opportunities. The top seven things you need to do to position your business for global relevance and a roadmap to getting you started. All right? Because I don't just want you to come here and listen and feel motivated. I actually want you to do something with what you learn here today. So we're going to start with the three misconceptions that have kept a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners small and not taking advantage of global opportunities or not positioning themselves for global opportunities. Now, the truth is, you will not be able to position yourself intentionally if you don't let go of these beliefs that I'm about to share with you. And these beliefs are so crucial because even though you desire to position your brand or your business for global relevance, even though you desire to work with international brands and speak on international platforms, you'll find that you're consistently self sabotaging, even though the desire is there, because these specific beliefs I'll be addressing today are speaking within you. They're like a subconscious, right? And these beliefs, they're not going to disappear just because I'm calling them out today. I just want to make that very clear. They're not just going to disappear because I'm talking about it today, but acknowledging them helps you identify the root cause, and so you can flip the script and overcome the beliefs and create a new belief so you can take the steps that are required for you to position your business and your brand for global relevance. And the very first belief I've seen that has helped a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners from positioning their brands for global relevance is thinking that they're too young or too old to do what they're doing, right? But I want you to create a new belief within you that you're right on time. This, where you are right now, is exactly where you're meant to be. You're not too young to create the impact that you desire to create, and you're not too old to do it either. You're right on time, you're in the right season, and I don't want you to be distracted by what you see other people in your industry doing or who those people are or where they are in their life. And you're like, oh, this person, they're much older than me, or they've experienced much more than me. Who am I to say this is what I want to start creating in my business, or this is the kind of impact I desire to create? I don't want you to be distracted on them. I want you to keep your eyes on your own journey. Focus on your own journey. Focus on your goals. Focus on the results that you want to create. All right. And I want you to keep your eyes on the prize. Most importantly, don't compare your journey because you cannot compare your day one to another person's day 1365. So focus on your own journey. Focus on your own journey. Don't compare journey because it's one of the things that will stop you from positioning your brand because you feel like I've not gone far enough. Who am I to be trying to position myself for global relevance or to attract international opportunities? Don't compare your journey. Focus on your own journey. And I want you to understand that the desire to be on these global platforms, the desires to be globally relevant exists within you because that's what you actually want. So I don't want you to allow this fear and this belief to stop you from making the moves that are required for you to position yourself for global relevance. The second thing, the second belief, the second misconception I've seen that has stopped a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners from positioning their brands and their businesses from for global relevance is thinking that there's nothing unique about their work. So let's say, for example, you're a fashion designer or you're a coach, and you feel like, you know what, I have attained my coaching certification with other coaches, right? Or I attended the same fashion school as other fashion designers. There's nothing unique about my work. But I want you to realize something, that there is something unique about how you approach your work. There's something unique about your experience. There's something unique about your journey. There's something unique about your story. And no matter what other people are doing in your industry or other people who do similar things to what you do, there will always be people who choose to work with you because of who you are. So I don't want you to take your experience and your story and how far you've come lightly. I want you to see that it's actually one of the major reasons why people would choose to work with you. It's one of the major reasons why people will single you out and choose you because of these things. So I want you to begin to see the uniqueness that is you. All right. And that is why you will be positioned for global relevance. And another thing I've seen that has stopped a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners is thinking that they don't know enough. I want you to understand that there's a difference between knowing enough and knowing everything. I hope you guys are hearing me and I hope you're getting everything I'm saying. I want you to understand that there's a difference between knowing enough and knowing everything. So you may not know everything. Nobody knows everything, but I want you to understand that you know enough to help your clients get results. You know enough to create impact. Yes, you may not know everything to get to your next level, but you know enough to help people who are coming behind you. So focus on what you know. You know enough to impact lives. You know enough that got you where you are. So don't take your experience, don't take your journey for granted. Understand that you know more than enough. And what you know is enough to position you for global relevance. All right. And that is all really what people really care about. All they care about is that you know enough, you understand what got you to where you are, and you're capable of guiding them through that same journey to get to where you currently are. Because if you don't already know, there are people who see you right now and they want to have achieved everything that you have achieved. But if you keep undermining how far you've come, if you keep undermining where you are right now, you keep thinking you're not enough. You keep thinking, who am I to be positioned globally? So I want you to start to tell yourself, I'm enough. I know enough. I know more than enough. And there are a lot of people who need what I have to offer. All right. So let me know in the chat box if any of these things, any of these beliefs I just shared resonate with you, which of them resonated with you the most, and which one of them you're prepared to let go of so you can position your brand and your business for global relevance. Just let me know in the chat box if any of them resonate with you. I think I stopped sharing my screen. Oh, hi, Deborah. Welcome. Hi, Tolulope. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, it's so easy. It's so easy. I'm just seeing the comments. I wasn't seeing it since. So it's very great to see you guys are engaging. So I'll just continue sharing my screen so we can proceed. Okay. All right. So we're going to get into the 7 main things, the top 7 things that you need to position your business for global relevance on Instagram. And the very first thing is to build your personal brand. What a lot of people don't understand, having talked to a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners, is that you are currently a brand. Whether you like it or not, you're currently a brand. And your brand is essentially people's perception of you, people's opinions about you. And when you build a personal brand intentionally, what you're doing then is influencing people's perception about you. You're getting people to see you the way you want them to see you. You're getting people to think about you the way you want them to think about you. And to me, this is by far the easiest way to position your business for global relevance, no matter how many other businesses exist in your industry, because people want to buy from people, people connect with people, people relate to people, people share people's values and beliefs. So when you build a personal brand intentionally, it's one of the easiest ways to skyrocket and position your business for global relevance. And when you do this, it's going to build a lot of trust and authority for you and your business and your brand. It's going to increase your sales because we know every business wants increased sales. They want more clients, they want more money, they want higher profit margins. And when you build a personal brand, it's very easy for you to price premium. And what happens when you price premium? You have higher profit margins. And it's also very easy for you to get featured in media, right? If you're just a business, just a company, just an organization, you cannot feature the entire organization. But when you build a separate personal brand, you're able to even create more business for your business. All right. And one misconception about building personal brands I've seen is that a lot of people feel that when you want to build a personal brand, you need to have a luxury lifestyle. You need to be a public figure. You need to have it all together. But what you're missing out on is that these public figures that you see, that you feel you need to be a public figure first, build their personal brands. That's why you know them as public figures. All right. And your personal brand doesn't mean you're creating a fake life or you're living a fake life or you're creating a facade. The most impactful personal brands are the ones that are birthed out of true authenticity, the ones that are a true reflection of your skills, of the skills that you have, of your passion, your values, and your beliefs. Is literally what you need to build a personal brand. When you're building a personal brand, what you're sharing and what you're telling people is these are my skills, these are my passion, these are my values, and these are my beliefs. And what happens is that people who relate to that, they feel connected to you. And whatever it is you're then pushing, whatever it is you're then selling, you're automatically even driving more traffic, driving more eyes to that product because you're building a personal brand. And I want you to think about people like Elon Musk and Tesla or SpaceX or the Boring Company. If you even look at all of his company's social media following, all of them joined together are not even up to Elon Musk's followers, right? So I want you to really see the impact. A lot of people have bought Teslas because of Elon Musk, not because of Tesla. And a lot of people have not bought Tesla because of Elon Musk. So building a personal brand doesn't necessarily make you a likable person or the person that everybody loves. Building a personal brand helps you attract your people, your own people, your type of people, the people who would push you, who would push your business and take you to higher heights and even expose you globally and internationally. You can also look at people like Sarah Blakely of Spanex. You can look like Gary V of Venom Media. You can even look at, let's bring it to Nigeria. You can look at Tony Elumelu and UBA or Tony Elum Foundation. You can look at people like Don Jazzy and Maven Records. Those are very specific personal brands that have been built that are pushing and propelling their individual businesses. All right. So don't take it lightly. One of the easiest way to position your business, to create more clients, and to get international opportunities is to build an international personal brand. And it's really not difficult. There are just a few things you need to build a personal brand. You need a personal brand foundation. And these include things like your personal brand vision. So essentially what you want to be known for, your personal brand's mission, the purpose of your personal brand, what kind of impact do you want to create, your brand personality. So, what kind of traits and personality do you want to be associated with your brand? And then, of course, your brand offers. What kind of products or services do you want to sell? Your values. All of these things really make up your personal brand. So, when you think about these personal brands foundation I just talked about, you can easily build your personal brand. All right. Now, the second thing, you need to position your brand or your business for global relevance on Instagram or really any platform is to choose your target audience. Now, I want you to understand that not everyone is going to be a good fit for your business and for your brand. Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone is going to share the same values. Not everybody is going to agree with your opinion. So, because you're sharing your beliefs and your values, doesn't mean that everybody is going to be okay with it. All right. And I mean, if you really think about it, you don't even like everybody. You don't like everybody. So why do you expect everybody to like you and fall in love with your personal brand or your business? That's why it's very important for you to choose. And I think it's so amazing that we get to choose who we want to serve. We get to choose who we want to create value for, who we want to deliver value to. And so don't try to attract everybody. Don't try to serve everybody. Because the moment you try to serve everybody, you would end up serving no one because you cannot please everybody. All right. And the faster you choose who you want to serve, the faster and easier it will be to position you as globally relevant because your people will get to say, this is who this person is. This is exactly what they do. This is who they help. She helps us. She's our people. So the easier it is the faster it is for you to decide on who you want to serve specifically, the faster it will be to position yourself as globally relevant. And it will also help you to have a deeper insight on how you can create more sales opportunities for your business. One of the major reasons why a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners don't know how to create multiple sales opportunities, that's opportunities for people to come into your world, into your business, to do business with you, is because they don't know who their target audience is. So you don't even know what these people would be interested in. You don't know what these people are ready to buy. You don't know what they don't want to buy. You don't know why they want to buy what they want to buy, or why they won't buy certain things. So the faster you choose your target audience, the easier it will be for you to create more sales opportunities. And that means more business, more clients, more money. All right. And when you want to choose your target audience, I really want you to think about some things. I want you to think about who you can provide the most value to. So I don't want you to focus on demographics, because that's usually what everybody focuses on when they're trying to choose a target audience. But I don't just want you to focus on demographics, like, the age of the person, the gender, or their income bracket, or their location, or things like that. Don't focus on just those things. I want you to really think about who you can provide the most value to, who would receive whatever it is you have to offer and say this is of true higher value, because those are the people that will get to talk about you, right? Those are the people who will talk about you, and you end up, they turn out to become your fans and things like that. So make sure that you are choosing the person you can actually provide the most value to, and also understand what they know. This is something a lot of people miss out on. You need to choose, or you need to understand what they know. So at this point, you need to do some kind of market research, understand what these people know, what's their level of sophistication, what have they been exposed to. All of these things help you to create value, because if you don't understand what people already know, and you're saying, I want to attract this specific person, but you don't know what this person would already know because of this level they're in, you could think that you're creating value, but it turns out not to be value, because they've already been exposed to those things before. So don't joke with that. Think about what these people would already know, so that you can create the most value with them, for them. And also think about what their current situation is. So this could look like their pain points, or their challenges, or just a present situation they are currently experiencing that they no longer want to experience, and then what their desired situation is. So what their goals are, what the results they want are, what the specific outcome is. So this helps you to see how you can really provide the most value for these people. All right. And next, when you want to position yourself for global relevance, it's very important that you're clear on what you do. Because how would you be globally relevant if you don't know what you're doing? If you don't know what you're doing, people will not know what you're doing automatically. That's already takes away the role of relevancy, right? So it's very important that you're clear on what you can do for your audience, this target audience we just talked about. You're very clear on what you can do for them. You're very clear on the specific results you can deliver to them. Because if you're not clear, chances are they don't know it either, because you will not be able to communicate it to them. So ensure that you're very clear on the value, on the results that you can deliver to these people. And when you do, and the truth is that when you're not clear on what value you can create, what happens is that there it births a place of confusion, and people run away from confusion. I want you to think about maybe pieces of content you've seen on maybe Instagram or social media. If they try to confuse you, or the moment you see it, you don't understand what they're saying, are you really going to spend your time, when you know you're probably going to slide through and see other funny content you can resonate with? Are you going to spend your time and try to figure out what this content is saying, especially when this person is trying to sell to you? You're not going to try to figure it out. You're going to tune out. You're going to scroll away from that content immediately. So when you're not clear on what you do, when you're not clear on the specific outcome and specific results that you can deliver to your clients, you are essentially repelling people who can invest in your business. You're repelling people who can, you're repelling international opportunities. You're repelling people who can pay or buy your products and services. All right. And globally relevant businesses and brands are the ones that are recognized for a specific result and outcome. That's why you see when you're invited to speak, or people want to work with you, it's usually for a specific reason. People don't just come to you and say, tell me everything you do. They tell you tell them what you can offer, and they come and tell you what they need from you. right? So only globally relevant businesses and brands are the ones that are recognized for a specific outcome and specific results. So make sure that you know exactly what you can deliver, the results you can deliver, the outcome you create for your clients or for your audience, so you can become globally relevant, so that you can be singled out and picked out for opportunities. All right. And if you want to attract international clients or you want international speaking opportunities, you need to be very clear on what you can do for your audience, so that when they're looking for a specific person who is very good with blogging, or a specific person who is very good with TikTok, or a specific person who is very good in fashion designing, but a specific part of fashion designing probably where you're very good at of creating wedding dresses, right? But you need to make sure that you're very specific, you have a very specific outcome. And so when opportunities come, they can easily single you out because this is what you're good at. All right. You do not want there to be a base of comparison, because when you're not clear on what you can do, or you don't have a very specific outcome, that's usually where comparison comes in. That's when people start to compare you like as if you're a commodity when you're beyond that. All right, so be very clear on the results you can deliver and communicate the value of what you can offer clearly. It's so important. Learn how to communicate what you can do. And to do this, that's where we go back to the target audience. I feel like one of the major differences between businesses who are doing very well online, brands and businesses who are doing very well online, and those who aren't, are people who are taking their time. It's taking their time to understand who their target audience is. It's usually one of the most overlooked things. You know, whenever you're, let's say, example, you're on this webinar and you hear know your target audience, and you're like, I already know my target audience. But do you really know your target audience? Because when you do, sales would not be difficult. All right. So when you want to clearly communicate the value of your offer, you need to know who you're communicating to. You need to know what they see this value as from their own perspective. That's how you'd be able to attract global opportunities. And it's very important that you're clear on and concise. So whenever you're trying to communicate what you do, for people to understand what you do and see the value of what you offer, it's very important that you're clear. What I like to do is I like to use the exact words that my clients use. It means that a lot of other people who are just like them, who are my ideal clients, are using these same words to talk about what they're experiencing. Okay, so make sure you're very clear and you're using vocabulary that your ideal clients are currently using to express what they're going through. This helps you to connect better with them and takes me to my next point, which is creating valuable content. Because a lot of people, the when you're able to position yourself, when people get to see you, when you're visible, it's usually through your content. There's really no other way. It's usually through your content that people see you and recognize the value that you carry and see how much impact you can actually create. All right. So people get to recognize you through the content you create and through how you market yourself. But you have to make sure that your content is truly valuable to your audience. Back to target audience again. So you see how you can never really just abandon your target audience. Even when you're creating content, you have to make sure it's valuable to them. And you know, value is relative. That's why we're creating value for that specific audience. All right. So make sure it's of high value, so they see you as someone who is relevant, so that they can turn on post notification, and whenever your content comes up, they say, yes, I know that this person is going to be posting something that is of high value and I cannot miss this content. You get, when you start to really know that you're relevant or you're sharing relevant content, or people are recognizing the impact you can create, is when you post a content, a lot of people are already liking it because they turn on post notification, because of how they've seen the value that you're creating. All right. So share valuable content for your target audience. Your target audience. And when you're sharing this content, I want you to also incorporate your values and beliefs. All right. These are the things that people connect to. Remember, we talked about your personal brand. Those things we talked about are not just things that you create and you define and you jump or you just dump aside. They're things you also incorporate into your content so that you can influence people's perception about you. So you're going to share your beliefs, you're going to share your values, because this is how people get to relate with you. This is how people get to feel connected with you, because they feel like we have the same shared values. All right, we have the same shared beliefs. And when it comes to creating content, it's very important that you test out different content formats and you infuse your personality into it. So as we all know, Instagram Reels came out a couple of years ago. I think it's about 2 years ago now. If you've not started creating reels, try your possible best to get on camera. If you feel camera shy, one of the things I recommend for my clients is to, practice, because when you practice, that's how you get better at it. So practice, you can shoot short videos and send to your loved ones and ask them to give you feedback, but you just need to keep practicing and trying out different stuff to test out different content formats and infuse your personality into it. So you know how we talked about your brand persona, how we talked about your personality traits, infuse those things into your content, because that's how people get to see you and say, she's my person, right? Because when you want to build global relevance, you're being relevant to a specific group of people. And you cannot be relevant if you're just like everybody else. You cannot be relevant if you're doing what every other person is doing. So there has to be an aspect of uniqueness inside of what you're doing. There has to be an aspect of you inside of what you're doing, all right? And you can also share your story and share your experience, because usually when we have values and beliefs, it's birthed from our experience, it's birthed from our story. So don't shy away from your story, don't shy away from your experience, share it in your content. These are the things that make you unique. And one of the things I actually noticed is that, I don't know if you've also seen it on social media, where you see somebody comes online and you're like, I don't know if it's just me, but I always do XYZ. And then you go to the comment section and you see like 100 other people saying, oh my God, I thought it was just me. That's relatable content. That's people content that people get to feel, oh, I feel connected to this person. I feel like I have something in common with this person, even though they just shared one experience, even though they just shared one belief, even though they just shared one story that happened in their lifetime. So don't shy away from sharing your story and experience, because these are the things that truly position you. All right, and showcase your skills and expertise. How would people know you're relevant if you're not showcasing your skills and expertise? So showcase it. Let people know you know your stuff. Let people know you're good at what you do. Showcase your skill and expertise through your content, and sell your offers, sell your products, sell your offers, whatever they are. Sell it, sell by communicating the value of your offer. So I don't want you to sell by telling people, oh, you need this thing. I want you to sell and tell people why they need it. What would it look like when they have it? So that people get to experience your products and services. You know, when people get to experience your products and services, that's when they begin to talk about you. Oh, I bought this product from this person and this is how it impacted me. And then before you know it, a lot of people are hearing about the impact you're creating. And before you know it, you're getting known. From one ear, it's spreading to two, spreading to 10, spreading to 20. And that's how you're building your fan base and then eventually your customer base. So create valuable content and sell your offers. All right. And I think it's about number 5 thing that you need to be able to build global relevance is for you to stay consistent. Don't look for instant gratification. You will not build global relevancy by just posting 7 pieces of content and saying, oh, I didn't get 1,000 likes and I'm going to give up. You need to stay consistent. And one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of people find it difficult to stay consistent because they are very focused on one specific goal. You know, they're like, oh, I want to create 1,000 followers, or oh, I want to generate $10,000 in my business. Oh, I want to get 10 clients. A lot of people are finding it difficult to stay consistent because by the time they give themselves, this target to meet for at a specific time frame, and they don't meet it, it diminishes and destroys their energy, tarnishes their energy, and they no longer have any interest in showing up and doing the work. So don't focus on the outcome. Instead, I want you to focus on creating habits. One thing I like to tell my clients is don't focus on the outcome, focus on who you need to be to get what you want. All right. If you want to be globally relevant, think about it. These people who are globally relevant, what are the things about them that I need to be like? What are the things that make them globally relevant? Who are they? Not what they have. Don't focus on what these people have. Focus on who they are, right? And these are things like staying consistent, showing up even when nobody's liking your content, showing up when you say you will. And it's very important for me to point out that consistency is not trying to post 7 days a week, 3 times a day, or 4 times a day. Consistency is showing up when you say you show up. So if you have a YouTube channel and you say, I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to create 1 YouTube video a day, do it. If you're on Instagram and you say, I'm going to go live on Instagram twice every week, do it. Consistency is when you say you'd show up. So it's also very important for you to know what's realistic for you. All right. And then If for example, creating one video a day is realistic for you for your Instagram reels, do one a day. All right. And when you can do that consistently, when you've turned that into a habit, when you're becoming the kind of person that is able to create one piece of content a day, one video a day, you can then increase it. You can then increase that and say, okay, now I'm going to do two a day. Let me stretch myself a bit. All right. And another thing you need to do for you to be able to stay consistent is for you to track and analyze your data from your Instagram insights. So your Instagram insights is not just there for fancy. It's actually a very powerful tool, very powerful feature that would help you to create the most out of your Instagram. So analyze your data, go to your Instagram insights by the end of every week and look at the content pieces that work. What kind of content pieces gave you the most likes? What kind of content pieces gave you the most profile visits? What type of content pieces gave you the most leads that people came into your DM or people downloaded your lead magnet or people inquired about your products or people clicked on the link in your bio, right? And then you can check, okay, maybe it was a particular content format that did best. Maybe it was when I shared a tweet, or no, maybe it's when I shared a reel. And then you can also even go further. Okay, what was the top pick of these individual pieces of content that got more people, that generated more leads for me? All right. And when you keep doing this, you start seeing better results. So the outcome that you've always wanted, the result you've always wanted, they start coming because of these new habits that you're creating, because of this new person you're becoming. All right. And with consistency comes improvement. So you need to keep doing to get better. You're not just going to get better because you did something one day. You're going to get better when you're doing something consistently. And that's same thing about communicating. You get better at communicating the value of what you offer when you're doing it consistently, when you're showing up consistently. So to build global relevancy, to build a business that is globally relevant, to position your business for global relevancy, you need to stay consistent. It's not a 1 week thing, it's not a 1 month thing, it's not a 6 month thing. It can happen at any time. That's why you need to keep showing up and keep doing the work. Now, another thing that you need to position your business for global relevance is to keep improving your skills. I know earlier I told you that you should know you're enough, but I also want you to remember that there's a difference between knowing everything and knowing enough to help your clients. All right. So keep improving your skills because this is a global platform. You're now playing on a global scale. Instagram is a global platform. You're meeting and connecting with people from all around the world. So you need to keep improving your skills personally and also your business. You need to keep investing in expanding your knowledge and knowing more to grow your business. All right. And it's also important that you are diligent and excellent in your work because this is a global platform. And remember how I talked about when you sell your offers and people get to experience your products and your services. If your products and your services are subpar, if your products and your services are not excellent, people are also going to talk. And this is not positioning you the way you want to be positioned. So make sure you're diligent in your work. Make sure that your work is excellent. Make sure that if you're putting out a product, it's going to be the best product because this is the kind of person you are. You're the kind of person who puts out, amazing work. Think about other people that you hold in high esteem that have positioned themselves globally. Think about those people. What do you think would happen if everybody keeps complaining about the products or the services they put out? It's going to tarnish their image. People are no longer going to see them the way they used to see them. Your perception about them is going to change automatically. So the brand that they may have spent so much time building can just be easily destroyed because they are not being diligent in their work. So it's very important that you keep improving your skills, keep getting better at what you do while you're showing up and staying consistent. Because your competition is no longer just someone who is in the same state as you. Your competition is not just someone in Lagos, it's not just somebody in Port Harcourt or Abuja. Your competition is now someone in another country, in another continent. So keep improving your skills and keep getting better. And lastly, the final thing I want to share with you that would really help you to position your business for global relevance on Instagram is to connect with people and communities. When you're building your personal brand, it's very easy for you to create your own community because you would have a community of like-minded people because you're doing it intentionally. You're sharing your values, you're sharing your beliefs, right? But another way to easily position yourself and to be seen is to also be a part of international communities. So follow communities and pages. This could look like communities on any social media platform, really, right? But you can also find international communities on Instagram. So be a part of them. Follow these people, engage on their content, connect with them. Be very intentional about it because you don't just get positioned by chance. All right. You don't get recognized by chance. Most of the people you see who are recognized for amazing things, they did it intentionally. Right. So you need to be intentional about connecting with people and connecting with communities. You can connect with people in the DMs. You can build relationships. The thing, one of the things people don't know is that you can be positioned by association. Just because you're building a relationship with someone who has already built their personal brand, people can automatically place you on the same pedestal with these people just because you're associated with them. So it's kind of like a transfer of trust, transfer of social proof or things like that because you're associated. So it's so powerful for you to build relationships with people. It's one of the fastest ways as well to position your brand and your business for global relevance and engage with other people in your industry. I don't want you to only see people like in your industry as competitors because remember, you're unique. What you have to share is unique. Your story is unique. Your approach to your work is unique. Your experience is unique. So connect and engage with other people in your industry. All right. Connect with these people because when it comes to Instagram, the most people you connect with, when say for example you're looking to attract more international clients, if you're only connecting and engaging with local brands like people who are in the same industry with you but they are based in Nigeria, your page will not be easily shown to other people who are overseas. So if you want to expand your reach, you need to expand the people you're engaging with. So find people in your industry but that are also in other countries and other continents and begin to engage with them. So the algorithm starts to like pair up, you guys and see, okay, because this person is interested in this, let's suggest this person's content to this person, right? There are so many times I've seen those type of content on my Instagram feed, and they're saying because you engage on this person's content, we thought you'd also like this person's content. So engage on those people's content. Don't just see them as competition because because I mean your ideal clients, your target audience, they're not blind. They're also seeing those people in your industry, but they will choose to work with you because of you. So don't allow those things to stop you. Engage with other people in your industry so you can expand your reach and attract global opportunities. And follow the right people. Follow the right people. Okay. Follow the right people. Share their content. Go live. When they go live on Instagram, join their live shows. Engage. You want to be a part of a community. Community are like group of people who know themselves, right? So you want other people in your community to know you as well. So when they get to know you and they're like, oh, I know this person, she does this, she does that. And then before you know it, you're getting clients from there just because you're engaging and connecting with these people and their communities. All right. So don't take this lightly. So I told you I was going to share with you a roadmap. I hope you guys are excited and you're getting everything I'm saying because I cannot see the chat box. I cannot see the comment section right now. So I don't really know what everybody's saying, but I'll get to it shortly. But I also told you that I was going to show you a roadmap that would help you get started. So you're not just listening to me and you're feeling so high vibe right now. I also want to give you a roadmap to show you where you should be starting from so you can position your business for global relevance. So we're going to connect you from where you are right now to where you want to be. So what I want you to do is this. You can easily just write this down on your notes or something, but I want you to rank yourself, all right? I want you to identify where you belong based on all these things I talked about. So you're going to look at your personal brand. So where are you right now? Do you feel like your personal brand, you're having problems with your personal brand? Do you feel like it's a problem for you or it's a weakness for you, it's a strength? You have a very strong personal brand. Do the same thing for your target audience, your content strategy, how consistent you are, how much you're improving your skills, and how well you're connecting with communities. So rank yourself. The place you see you have major problems are at the places where you need to start from. So if you notice that maybe you're very good at being consistent, but you have issue with your target audience, focus on your target audience first and then improve your consistency, which would automatically give you increased results, better results. All right. So identify where your strengths, your weaknesses are, where you have a problem, and start from there. This ends up being your roadmap, so you know where you're starting from. That will take you to positioning your business for global relevance. So I really hope that y'all found this helpful. So I'm here to take your questions. Thank you, so
All
guys.
right.
Thank you, guys. uh,
It has a great value. It is power pack, honestly, and yeah, guys. Emmanuel has used the past 1.5 hours to talk about the roadmap. Okay, how you can position your business for global relevance on Instagram. Yeah, she started with the misconception where she talked about you not to get distracted by other people's journey. Don't to be aware that you are probably less than 1,000 followers or less than 30,000 followers. Everybody starts somewhere, and then thinking that there's nothing about their work or your work, and focus on what you know. And yeah, she talk about the 7 keys to building uh, yourself, or building your business for global relevance. And on Instagram, and she starts with building your personal brand, choose your target audience, speak out, create valuable content, stay consistent, keep improving your skills, and connect with people and community. Well, I actually believe that. So don't be deceived. Just take your time to watch through if you probably just joined through here. After the whole session. So we are jumping to the question and answer session, and we have less than about 15 minutes or so. Let's say 15 minutes precisely. So, guys, we are here to receive your question. So you have the opportunity now. So if you have a question, please drop it now. Drop it now that we have the time. And hey, if you would like to follow or keep, why should you even want to like? Make sure you follow Emmanuel on Instagram, and the username is the entrepreneur. Okay. There are a
yeah.
lot of value there. I don't usually follow people on Instagram. If you check my account, it is locked. But then I take liberty of checking some people on Instagram and force myself to be online on that platform just because of the value that some people are sharing, and the entrepreneur is already there. So we still have 15 minutes. So if you have question, please drop it. And to people who have joined us during the session, thank you, okay, for showing up. So questions.
Guys, if
If
you
you're
have any
online, please just drop
questions,
an emoji, and because we actually have a session in by 8 o'clock, so we won't stay here for you forever.
but it's fine if they don't have any questions right now. They can always send me a DM
Yeah,
on
they can
Instagram,
just
the
connect with
entrepreneur.
you. I think
Yeah,
that should work. All right, thank you very much for your time, and yeah, I
I
appreciate
had a
your
good time.
invitation, and on behalf of the Set.ng Set Planning Committee, I say thank you.
Thank you guys for having me. It was really exciting to be a part of
Uh,
this.
Seems like we have latecomers. How do you know when to move on from Instagram? Like, what if nobody really connects with your content?
Whew, okay. So I'm guessing you feel like nobody's connecting with your content because you're creating content and nobody's responding, right? Um, what I like to do usually is to think about who I want to serve. So think about your ideal clients. Okay, first of all, Halimat, I'd like to know what kind of value are you providing to your audience? Like, what kind of value are you providing to your audience? What product or service are you providing to your audience? So when you look at the product or service you're providing to your audience, I want you to ask yourself, but just take a look at people and see if you can see the role that your product or your service can play in their lives or in their businesses. So if you see the role that your product or service can play in their businesses, it means that there's actual value and your product is relevant for those people. So then the next step I would take is to look at how these people would identify what they're currently going through and use those things to connect with them. That's why I said the very first thing to do is to find, well, the next thing to do after building a personal brand is to identify who your ideal client is, who your target audience is. So what you want to do, if people are not connecting, it means that there's like a misconnection, miscommunication somewhere. So you have to make sure you understand how these people are identifying what they're going through. You have to find out how these people communicate what they're currently experiencing if you know that what you have to offer is relevant. And if you feel like Instagram isn't working for you, I want you to think about like what aspect of Instagram isn't working. Is it that you're not comfortable with creating Instagram Reels because Instagram Reels video content is like the is the content format that is doing very well right now, because all through different platforms they've seen that video content is what we'll engage with right now. So if Instagram Reels is not working for you, then maybe you need to look for a platform that may work for you. But it's also very important that you consider the kind of people you're trying to attract. What kind of platform do they primarily use? If Instagram is the platform, then you need to find out what these people want, how they communicate what they want, and create content that connects to what they want so that they can connect with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, say for example, you've still not answered what it is that you do, but let's say for example you're a coach. Okay, let's say for example you're a coach. Maybe you're a relationship coach, and obviously lots of people are having relationship issues, but nobody's connecting with your content. What you need to do is, you don't need to start telling people um, that they need your coaching program, for example. Identify what these people will be going through because they don't have what your coaching program can provide, and use those problems and those things that they're currently experiencing to connect with them. This is how they would connect with you. So it's like you tell them what they need or what they're currently experiencing, and then you shift their perspective and get them to connect with you. Science communication.
Yeah.
Uh, Science communication. Could you like expand on what that means? Because I'm not sure what science communication is. So if you could expand on that, I will be very happy to go into more detail. So what's the
Okay.
best? So okay, sure, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
move to
yeah.
the next
I will
question.
project that. Don't worry. Pending when
Okay.
she reply.
Okay. So what's the best way to grow your page organically? The best way to grow your page organically is to create content, valuable content. And then you can then do other things like engaging with other people, engage with other communities, engage with people that have the same target audience that you're looking for. All right. So, and then you can do what I said. So, when I talked about connecting and and connecting with communities, I talked about sharing other people's content. So, these people that you've seen who have the same target audience that you want, you can share their content to your Instagram story and tag them. And what they usually do is 80% of the time, they're going to reshare this content on their Instagram story. And automatically, you'll be placed for free on the story of the people who have your target audience. All right. And of course, you can use hashtags. Hashtags still work, and they're still a very good way for you to grow your Instagram page organically. So without paid ads. And you can also collaborate with people, right? Go do guest posts on other people's pages, and you can grow your followers. You can grow your page that way.
All right, sorry. Let me just chip something in. Anyway, you said guest post. I am more into blogging, so I usually think that guest post is limited to blogging. Although, until when I realized that they actually ask people to create carousels and then they say cut to somebody and post it on their behalf. Like it is
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yes, and it's really powerful because just like I said, it's like, when you're doing like a guest post, for example, on the page of somebody who is known in the industry, automatically the trust that people have for that person is transferred to you. So those people automatically trust you. But then be creating guest posts, it's either you're paying these people or you actually have a relationship personally with them. So you need to start building rapport. The same way why I said start communicating, start building relationships with people, genuine relationships, because these are the easiest ways for you to really position yourself.
All right. You just said anyway. There's a question from Deborah, and how do I connect with high-end brand in the fashion industry? She said she earlier said she's in the fashion industry, and we would like to know how to connect with high-end brand in the fashion industry.
Okay. So you want to connect with high-end brands in the fashion industry, or you want to connect to high-end clients in the fashion industry? So you want to sell your clothes to high-end brands, or you want to attract high-end clients to your clothing business or something? If you could help
Okay,
me
Deborah,
elaborate on that.
you may have to rephrase the question, Deborah. If you mean you want to connect with high-end brands, I mean maybe as a client or as a partner, which one do you want to be selling
Yes,
your
do you want to
clothes to,
sell?
or
Yeah. or you're looking to partner with high-end brands. So if you're looking to partner with high-end brands, you would need to, of course, you can create content and hope that they see you and maybe be engaging with those people. So the people who are what's it called in charge of your social media can notice what you're doing, or you can just straight up like write to them in the DMs or send a proposal and show people, the value you can add to their business, right? So you can just send them a DM or send them an email with all of the value that you can add to their brand, or you can keep creating content, showcasing your value, and engage with them and hope that they see you. So that's connecting with high end brands. But if you are in the fashion industry and you want to connect to high end clients, you need to create content that kind of shows your process and shows why you're high end, right? You could highlight things that people who be interested in high end things are interested in. For example, people like me, I don't like mass produced clothes. So you could talk about things like that if you're looking to attract high end clients, because what one of those type of people like is that they don't like mass produced clothes. So communicate. So it's like that's essentially why I said communicate your value, understand your ideal clients and what they want from you, right? So what do they want? What do they not want? And start communicating it through your content so you can attract high end clients. Talk about what makes you premium. Talk about why you do what you do, right? This is how you attract high end clients. So that's why I also said, what do they know? So, what do these high end clients know? What's their level of sophistication? What have they been exposed to? Those are the things that would really help them to know whether or not you're the person who has what they want. All right. And also, social proof. Let other people talk for you too, right? If people have experience doing business with you, ask those people specific questions, let them give you testimonials and talk about a high value result that they have been able to get or that they receive because they work with your brand, right? So a high value result that your other high end ideal clients would want. Okay, so
Yeah,
Halima,
she responded question you answered earlier when you talk about specificity.
yeah, okay. She said it's like tech writing, but focus on advanced scientifically in science. So it's essentially the same thing. So just think about what these people want, what they know, what they need, what their current situation is, and what they want instead. And use those things in your content to connect to them. if people don't if people don't connect with your content, it's usually because they don't understand what you're saying, or probably say, for example, you've heard that you should create more polarizing content, and so you just start creating polarizing content. A lot of people are going to tune out because it's too polarizing, and maybe because people have had their beliefs for months and years, and you're just going to come to them and tell them that they should change their beliefs. They need you to help them see that where they currently are, what they've been doing has not been working, and this is why they need to change. This is what they need to try instead. All right. So it really boils down to you really understanding who you're trying to serve and the value that you can offer this person that will take them to the results that they desire. So understand who they are, understand what they know, understand what they don't want anymore to exist in their lives and in their business, and understand where they want to be and communicate all of those things in your content. All right. That is how you get people to connect with you and connect with what you're saying. If you're still doing those things, it means that you need to do, if you're doing those things and you feel like you're still not connecting, you need to do more market research and understand how these people that you're trying to attract, how they communicate, how they specifically communicate what they're experiencing, and start to use their words and mirror it so they feel like, that's why they say join the conversation going on in your ideal client's head. You're essentially taking what you're saying and using it to create content to be connect better with you. You're welcome, Deborah. I'm glad that was helpful.
Okay, thank you for the value park, and if you have further questions, you can contact Emmanuella on our Instagram account, which is the Entrepreneur, and yeah, we are having another session after now. On yeah, Emmanuella, thanks a lot for the time.
Thank you for
I
having
really
me.
appreciate it.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
me.
So we have a session after now, so I will pause you later.
Yep.
All right. Hi guys, thank you very much for tuning with us till this moment, and we have another session immediately now. Okay, and the speaker is Charles. Uh, how do you get the link to join us? We are not using this particular platform. We are using it through another account. I said another account, another link. So find a way to connect with any of the Insiders NG accounts, maybe on Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, anywhere. Just find your way around and you will get the link. And also, I may add a link in the description of this video. So the session will start by 8 o'clock on the dot. And yeah, the speaker is Charles, and he will be talking about exploring global opportunity in tech without coding. So, guys, thank you very much for staying with us to this moment, and please remember to like and subscribe to this channel. We have a lot of value for you at zero penny. We don't. We are more concerned about impacting you than collecting your money. So thank you very much, and see you next time.